Today's a new day, let the old pass away. Gratitude don't stop. No more chains, no more masks. Time to make a change. No more holding myself back. The change begins in me. I'm answering my purpose call. Positive to push. Embracing life. I'm valuable in life. Today's a new day, a fresh taste of new grace. Gratitude don't sky high. No more lanes. Today's a new day, let the old pass away. Gratitude don't sky high. No more chains, no
mask. Hello, everyone, and welcome to What's in Your Cup Conversations. I am your host, Consuela Nicole, and we are on the season finale of season 2. I am so excited. So go ahead, make sure you are sharing this link, sharing this live. We are streaming live on YouTube and Facebook, of course. So go ahead and share it out because today's conversation is definitely the answer to someone else's prayers. As you share it, go ahead and chime in and let me know where you are chiming in from and where you are watching at because I know that What's in Your Cup Conversations is now global. So I want to know who's here and where you're chiming in from and all the good things, right? Wonderful. Coach Sonia Jones, I see you. Hey. I got something for you too. But I want to know, how is everybody doing? We're going to talk about a few things today. But before we get started, I want to send out some love and prayers to our friend, our community partner, Coach Sonia Jones, and the new images of your community on the passing of Minister Howard T. Jones. Uh, Coach Sonia Jones, you definitely have the love, support, and prayers of us here at What's in Your Cup Conversations. We love you for life. He put in some work and it shows through what you're doing. And we are looking forward to seeing how much you elevate and grow. Love you all the way in Virginia, ma'am. On that note, Tanisha Reed, I see you chiming in from Arizona. Wonderful. Thank you for chiming in. I love it. Dr. Johnson, I see you. Y'all, let me tell y'all, this has been a wild ride here on What's in Your Cup Conversations. Again, we are on the end of season 2, right? Hold, is it not going? There we go. Okay. Um, this has definitely been a wild ride, right? We've had some amazing conversations, some tear jerkers, and each and every one of them have been life changing. So if you have not, as of yet, or if you have missed any of the episodes, of course, you can go back to the website of what'sinyourcupconversations.com and you are able to watch all the replays from the last 2 seasons. And of course, you can watch them on YouTube as well and share them. Share them because a lot of people, self included at times, we pray in private and we don't always tell everybody what's going on with us and what we have going on, right? The fear of being judged. So a lot of these conversations can definitely be the answer to someone else's prayers, right? Um, Going into season 3, we are now officially opening to sponsorships or ads, commercial ads. So if you are a business owner, matter of fact, let's put this up on the screen. You can scan the QR code, so take a screenshot of it. So after the show, you can go back to it. And I want to know, what is your cup of choice? We have different cup options when it comes to ad sponsors and ad placement and sponsorships or business shout outs, right? Are you a travel cup person? Are you a teacup? Or maybe even a shot glass? Talk to your girl and let me know, what is your cup of choice, because we truly do have something for everyone. Okay. And I love it. I love it. Oh, I saw a comment that I missed. The B side of life. I see you. Thank you very much for joining in. Jay Kelly, thank you very much for the love. Jay Kelly, you have a story and a testimony of your own. We need to communicate after this. I'm just saying, I'm just going to put it out there. I'm speaking it into existence, right? Matter of fact, we're speaking into existence for, let me tell y'all a little bit about what's in your cup conversations. We're not just talking about what's in your cup, right? But we're going to talk about that too. But we're talking about your mental, physical, and emotional cup. You know, we all go through things in life because that's just part of what life does. Life be life. And there are some things we have to pour out our cup in order to move forward, right? And there are some people that have to dump the whole cup out. So, here in What's in Your Cup conversations, we talk about it all. We talk about the beginning of where you are now, we talk about the glitz and the glam, but then most importantly, we talk about the hard things in the middle, the things you had to endure, what you had to give up in regards to getting to your next level. And baby, today's conversation is definitely going to talk about that and some more. The next thing I want to go ahead and bring up, because I'm like really, really excited, because after this, we're on a break for the summer, right? So make sure you go back and you watch all the replays or catch up again at what'sinyourcupconversations.com. That is first and foremost. Secondly, if you have a story to tell, if you have a story that you are ready to share, and you are ready to scream it from the mountaintops, definitely reach out to us at what'sinyourcupconversations.com and let us know. We have something for you. Even if you don't want to be on yourself, but there's a topic you want us to cover, send us an email and we can definitely get someone to cover that topic, because who knows? Again, your prayer can get answered by someone else sharing their testimony. I am excited. I am excited. We are just about ready to get started with our guest here in a moment. But of course, I got some more information that I want to share, right? In this wonderful world, you know, we everyone has their village, everyone has their circle. They have someone that they need to talk to or should talk to. If you do not have that person or you need someone else, we have something available for you. Well, I have something available for you. As you know, I am also your favorite inspirational speaker, life balance, and accountability coach. And one of those things that I currently have available is your reality check accountability coaching sessions, right? We have your reality check accountability coaching sessions. Let me know if you need a little help, and we can definitely get that going for you. Okay. Go ahead and scan that QR code and we will be all right. You can schedule your time and we will get you together and somebody else to hold you accountable. That's what we going to do. Miss Simone, thank you very much for joining in. I see you. I see you. I appreciate you. Okay, so I see our guest is on, but we are having a little technical difficulties. So give me just a moment. So we're going to just keep this show going until we can make sure everything can be seen and heard. But yes, definitely go ahead if you are in need of accountability coaching. We can go ahead and get you taken care of. Scan that QR code and get on the calendar. Secondly, many of you have asked, Consuela, where and how can I get my own cup? Well, guess what, guys? You can order your No More Limits and What's in Your Cup Conversations merchandise now. You can get it directly from ConsuelaNicole.com. You can definitely shop there. And of course, I'm going to make it easy for you. I'm always going to make it easy for you. So go ahead and screenshot and scan that QR code, okay? It will take you directly to the website. So I am excited. I am excited because it's here, it's ready, and you guys have been asking for it. The last thing that I definitely want to share before we move forward, because this conversation tonight is definitely going to be amazing. It's going to be fire, and it's definitely going to be a conversation that's going to shake some things up for everybody, right? So I hope you're ready, and maybe even have a pen and paper handy, because there may be some nuggets dropped that you're gonna need a few things. And I know the QR code's still up there. I want to give y'all a little bit more time to make sure that you can go get your own personal merchandise, okay? Because I got mine. All right. We're gonna make sure we turn all of this. Okay. So there we go. There we go. Okay. So it looks like we are having some for real technical difficulties. We're going to see if we can get our guest on here in just a moment. But if not, we're going to continue this conversation and keep it going, because I do have some highlights that I can share. But there is another update that I want to share with each of you as well. Hold on one second. And this one's for my ladies, right? But I have something for the men too. But for my ladies specifically right now, how many of you are going through a season of burnout, right? Um, the loss of your voice, the loss of your time. How many of you are going through that season, or have been through that season, or know someone going through that season, right? I know I went through that for a moment myself, right? As a mom, as a wife, you are now the caretaker of the house, you are the chauffeur, you are the cook. If you're working outside the house, you have all of these different things going on, right? When was the last time you made time for yourself? That is my question to you. When was the last time you made time for yourself? If you are not for sure, I have something else for you guys. It is called the Beautifully Flawed Experience, and we are coming back for you virtually for fall of 2025. Yes, it is virtual, meaning you can do this from the comfort of your home. You don't have to worry about childcare, babysitting, transportation, or anything of that nature. Now, you may need a quiet corner somewhere in your closet, your prayer closet, the corner of your room, wherever you want to be at, but we do have a 6-week workshop coming your way. Go ahead and scan that QR code on the screen, and we will get you registered. Right now, as of today, there is a 25% discount listed once you get to the checkout, guys. So, what's stopping you from registering, right? What's stopping you from registering for joining us here at the Beautifully Flawed Experience? I love it. I love it. I do apologize. Let's see what we got going on here. We're going to make this work and make it do what it do. I'm excited today about everything that we have going on. We are almost ready for showtime with our guests, and we're going to see if the mics work, right? But with technology, that's one of the things we do. We have to be able to pivot. Hello, Chill with Teddy Ray. Thank you very much for joining in. You know what? I have a quick question for you. I know we just passed Mother's Day and all the good things, but I want to know, and I asked this question when I did a check in regards to um, why don't we blow up daddies the same way we blow up Mother's Day? Go ahead and put that in the chat for me. Why don't we blow up Father's Day and our dads and our fathers the same way we blow up Mother's Day. Now, don't get me wrong. I love all the pampering for Mother's Day. I really, really do. Don't want to change it. But we have some very good men out there, right? Those that are stepping in as biological fathers, bonus dads, God dads, substitute dads, whatever name you have, right? I'm not a big fan on stepdad, but it's definitely bonus dad, right? What are you doing to celebrate the dad or the man in your life? Go ahead and share that information as well, because I do want to give some of the men their flowers as well while they are still able to smell them and enjoy them. So I am excited for that. But I do want to hear, how are you supporting and flowering the men in your life? I think we have the mic ready right now. Mic check, mic check. I'm excited, guys. I hope y'all got, yeah. And I said got, you know why? Because all honesty, we're gonna just keep it real and keep it transparent here on What's in Your Cup Conversations. We talk the way we talk, and we're gonna let it be known. But I believe our guest is ready with our mic check is going on. If you don't know the man by now, I'm gonna just need you to Google him, because this is definitely a man of God. He is a entrepreneur. He is a man of many things, and he is one of my mentors. I know he didn't know it beforehand that when he first met me, he was gonna be stuck with me for life. But he is. He's stuck with me for life. So we was gonna get this going, guys. So welcome. Help me welcome to the stage none other than the man himself, Dr. Casual Pitts. Sir, how you doing?
Hello, hello world, hello world, hello world. How you guys doing? Can you guys hear me good?
We can hear you now. I was like, technology and mics be playing.
Yeah, you know with the area that I was in, I was trying to get the service was messing up. I'm like, oh, come on now.
It's all right, because you know what? I know the message you have today, we all need to hear it for a few different reasons, right? First of all, let me tell you thank you for taking time out of your busy day to join us for the season finale. Man, this is the season finale of season 2
I know,
of
I
What's in Your
know.
Cup Conversations. Um, and part of this, you had something to do with part of this, because you was like, "Why are you not talking?" I was like, "What? We're not doing that." But you did. You kind of pushed me there, and we are ending season 2. One of the questions I had actually just asked my guests, and I want to ask this question first, but then I'm gonna backtrack a little bit. We hype up Mother's Day, we hype up moms, we do all the things, and trust me, I love it, right? Because I'm a mom. But we don't give our men as
Mm.
much hype that they need for Father's Day. No matter if you're a biological dad, a bonus dad, God dad, whatever it is, right? You are in that father figure role. You are a father and a mentor and bonus dads and God dads and all this. As a man in business, how do you like to be showered for Father's Day? I just want to know.
You know, Consuela, this is a great question, and I'm gonna tell you why. And I hope that this blesses people who are listening to this. Guys, believe it or not, one of the most important things, not just about males, but just people in general, is
Mm-hmm.
I advise you to learn their love language, right? Learn their love language. I think that will be the best way to advocate of how you cater or how you shower a man for Father's Day. So for me, mine is words of affirmation. Baby, just talk to me nice. Just talk to me nice, because God has blessed me with being able to buy the things that I would love to have and I need. But if you can just the gestures, the nice comments, like build me up to make
Okay.
me keep going. That's like that for me. That's fuel, right? That's fuel for me to keep going. Letting me know, what role I may have played in your life, or what have I done, or what am I doing? Um, and then even critiquing and helping me to get better, to do better things, right? I'm always looking for ways to grow, because I always say I know that I'm not perfect for a fact, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to get better. I'm not even trying to get perfect. I'm just trying to get better. I want to be a better me. I want to just be a better
Okay.
person. So just talk to me nice. Talk to me
Okay.
nice, baby. That's how you
Well,
sound.
let's kick it off. We're gonna talk to you because I know how I introduced the man, right? I know how I introduced Dr. Casuel Pitts, but I have to ask because right now, boy, you're looking good out there. I'm just saying, but you're not gonna tell me you wake up like this. So I want to know, how does Dr. Casuel Pitts talk to himself in the mirror every morning to say hi to himself and get himself going?
I love it. You know, Consuela, God is my man. You talking about a rock? Like, man. So I have affirmations over my mirror every morning,
Okay.
right? Because everybody's supposed to be brushing their teeth every day.
Right.
Okay.
Supposed to be.
I know I do, right? So I'm forced to be in this mirror. And while I'm brushing my teeth, I am reading these affirmations
Okay.
every day to myself. And these affirmations are, you know, you are great, you are amazing. Today you're going to do this, you're going to conquer this. God, you know, give me these downloads, put me here, put me there. Like, you know, put me in rooms that I don't belong in, you know, forgive me for all of my sins, right? So these are the affirmations that I'm feeding myself every day. And that's why, you know, I believe that's why my skin is so good. That's why, you know, the fruits of my labor are showing. Again, identifying that I know for a fact that I'm not perfect and I'm trying to grow. I will always make mistakes because
Ooh.
I'm a human, right? I'm human.
Okay.
And certain situations, certain circumstances may put me in bad positions, and it may cause me to make bad decisions. But when I can get on my knees and give all of my imperfectness to God
Mm-hmm.
and truly say, I apologize, I'm sorry, you know, can you please, you know, just work on me to be
Mm-hmm.
a better child for leading your people, like help me, guide me, and protect me, right? So, you know, that's how I speak to myself, not only just in the morning though, Consuela, every hour I repent. So i'm
Okay.
I'm asking to be better every hour because I know
Really?
within every
Okay.
gap
Okay.
I've done something. I know I've done something that I ain't got no business doing. I know it. Unknowingly, I do it.
Okay.
Knowingly, I do it. So God, please just, man, keep me humble all the time. And when I say that, I'm not saying like strip anything from me,
Right.
but just remove the things that just don't need to be around me and just put me in a better position.
Okay. So my question to you is, because you said it, you are definitely not perfect
Bree, I
by
know if y'all
far,
gotta leave, y'all can go. You don't gotta wait on me.
and
KD.
unfortunately,
Um, no,
go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. Go ahead, Consuela. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
unfortunately, society has put
Late.
it
So
out there that
let's catch up. Uh,
men, you know,
okay.
especially our black and brown men, are perfect beings, right? They can't do no wrong. They have to stay strong. They have to do all of these things, right? How do you deal with that
If y'all want to wait on
in
me, Bree, so we can go eat, just give me a
society?
minute. Yeah,
Okay.
please, just give me a minute.
How do you deal with that in society, with society saying you got to have on your Superman cape, right? All the time. But you just publicly said you are not perfect. How did you deal and how do you deal with that? Because you are in the public eye a
Hmm.
whole lot, right?
I am.
How do you deal with that? Talk to the men out there.
Guys, it's the way you respond. Your response is everything. God, and trust me. Oh, Consuela, let me tell you something. When I tell you God has worked on me tremendously, I know people that have downplayed me, down talked about me, said things, you know, people that are close to me. And it's like when you are a true child of God, your
Mm-hmm.
response is everything. I want you guys to remember this, that your character will outweigh your reputation any given day. So you have
Oh,
to mold the character within you to not allow your reputation to mold you. Stay in your character, be a better character, perfect the character, and it will outweigh your reputation. I don't care nothing about my reputation, Consuela. I care everything
oh,
about.
say that one more time. You what?
I don't care nothing about my reputation. I only care about my character. What does that mean? If I cause pain, if I've caused a problem, my job is to do everything that I possibly can to try to fix that. And because I operate like that, what will happen is the character that I portray, the enemy knows that that's what I have to attack the most. So I'm going to try to tarnish the character by not allowing you to fix that problem. So I'm going to come up against you. Because I want to make you look bad. See, it ain't the reputation that he's going after. It's your character.
Right.
So people don't understand that when you operate in your formality of fullness in your character, that's what's getting attacked. It ain't your reputation. It is your character. So when I can keep the character down, it automatically serves the reputation, because now people don't know how to separate the two. So for me, because I always want to focus on perfecting the character, I'm going to make somebody upset that says bad things about me, because I'm trying to perfect the character. So when you tell me, oh, well, you ain't no good, or you this person, you right, I apologize that I made you feel that way. So now, since I made you feel that way, let me perfect the character a little bit more. Thank you for letting me know that my character isn't perfected. Thank you for acknowledging what I've already acknowledged, that I'm not a perfect person. So let me go ahead and keep perfecting that character, right? So when we don't stay focused on trying to build the character, we get caught in the reputation, and now we start to try to uphold a reputation, not knowing that the character is what keeps the foundation of the reputation.
You know, we're not going to be passing no sermon plates around here tonight. I'm just saying. But you know what? That's what it's all about, because I had somebody ask. They was like, so what is this email address to God? I said, like, you won't have to tune in. I said, because I done been in the room with this man and he said that before and he explained it to me. But I'm gonna need you to explain it to the people, because you didn't sit there and said you don't start your day off without talking to God first. And even throughout the day, for the stuff you know you've done and the stuff you don't know you've done. So I have to ask, have you always been this way in regards to having the email address to God?
No, I'm gonna tell you what gave me, and I wanna give a shout out. His name is Melvin. And if he ever watches this, he blessed me back in 2009, 2010. And let me tell you how he did it, Consuela. So we were playing a board game called Risk. All right, Risk. Y'all gonna have to pay me and Consuela now, since we done put the plug out there now.
We got this,
We'll talk about that later. Okay. But there's a board game called Risk, and we were playing this board game, and his alarm went off at 6 p.m. and he said, hey, I gotta go pray. He goes into the bathroom, closes the door, and he starts to pray. So he comes back out 30 minutes later. We go back to the board game. I didn't think nothing of it. 9 o'clock p.m. happens. Boom. He says, hey, I got to go pray. So now I'm a little upset, because I'm all into this game and you keep pausing, stopping. So when he came out the restroom this time, I say, Melvin, what is it that you're doing? Why you keep praying? Like, what's going on? Like, you ain't a monk, right? So like, what's all this praying for?
Okay.
He said to me, Casual, I pray on what we call the watches. And I say, the watches? He says, so what are the watches? He say 6 p.m., 9 p.m., midnight, and 3 a.m. I say, okay, well, then tell me, what's the significance behind these times? He said, well, 6 p.m. is when God created the heavens and the earth, and he called day, and evening at 6 p.m.
Okay.
9 p.m. is when the Pharisees are supposed to walk in the wilderness for 40 days, and they wind up walking in there for 40 years, right? And midnight is when Jesus was getting ready to get crucified, and he went to go talk to his father and told the disciples, you can't tarry with me for at least an hour. And then at 3 a.m. is when God told him, hey, don't look down. Step out of the boat and just walk to me. Don't look down. And I said, okay, well, that don't make any sense. He said, yes, it does. He said, because if you look back at all the occurrences, God was present. He was present at 6.
God.
He was present at 9. He was present at 12. He was present at 3. So now here's my mind. Now I take it a step further, right?
Okay.
I say, so wait a minute. So if you're telling me that God is present, let me look at it from a perspective of when I'm checking my email. If somebody sent me an email right now, I'm gonna be able to get on that, see that email come through. I say, man, what if I created an email address and picked one of the times to send that email to God? Because he would be present in that time, then maybe he'll start getting some of my prayers. He'll probably get my stuff a little bit faster.
Right.
The Bible says the foolish things will confound the wise.
Yeah.
So I created an email address that said uh, godandcasual@gmail.com. And I'll pick one of the watches that I will email God on and send him everything that we need for our business, everything that we need for relationship. And I will tell you, let me tell you how powerful this is when you start it. So be careful, because
Okay.
when you put yourself in a position to start something, you got to keep going, because what will happen is you've already upset the enemy, because you're doing things to get closer to God. So as soon as you stop doing that, you open up a door to allow the enemy to come in and start to attack your finances, start to attack your
Right. Right.
relationships, start to attack, your love life. And I will say by experience, when I let up in certain areas or in certain things in my life from doing those things that kept
Mm-hmm.
me and that protected me and that
Mm-hmm.
put that covering over me, I was the one who opened up that door and allowed that enemy to come in and creep in and take advantage of who I was, the human side of me, right?
Right.
That
That
to
part.
take advantage of the
Right.
human side of me. Because every time I stayed close to God, that's when I became that superhuman. But any
Okay.
time that I stepped away from that, then I became the natural human that we typically are on a day-to-day basis.
On a day
So
to day.
that's my email address to God's story. And I encourage anybody and everybody to just try it. And I promise you, it's going to change your life. Just be prepared.
It has.
Don't stop. Don't-
It has. It has. So, I have a question because we talked about, you know, so first of all, you are a different picture of what society put out there of a man, right? Especially of a black man, right? You have the positivity going on. You have the elevation going on. You are uplifting. You not one of those that are right now, that's struggling with being behind bars and handcuffs and riffraff and all the things, right? You actually mentor other men and young men out of, doing things of that nature. But there was one thing I asked of you of a picture when you knew it was time to elevate and make a change. I will tell you, when I first saw the picture, I was like, what the heck? Jesus. Why you wanted me to ask him for this picture? And I looked at it and I looked at it again. And I said, this picture actually reminds me of a picture of every black man today.
Mm.
And I'm going to show it to the world. I want to know, young Casuel, because this was pre Dr. Pitts.
Yep.
This was pre Dr. Pitts. I said, send me a picture of young Casuel when he knew it was time to elevate. And this is what you sent to me. I know this is young you. To me, I see every black and brown man out there, right? And I promise you, I didn't see similar pictures like this up and down my timeline over the last week. I want Dr. Pitts to talk to young Casuel and the men that look like him about the journey he's about to partake on.
Yeah. Ah. The reason why this is extremely emotional, and I didn't think it was going to be like that, because that beautiful, handsome man was just in the room with me a few minutes ago, watching his dad work, um, and showcasing how I became the man that I am now, as far as for being successful. Um, when I had him in my hands, I knew that I wasn't going to be a part of his life anymore, because I had to make a decision. And that decision was, son, dad's not going to be able to see you walk your first time. Dad is not going to be able to um, come to that first game. Dad is not going to be able to hear you say, Dada. And the reason why you're not going to be able to hear me do that is because dad has to separate himself to become successful, so I can take care of you for the rest of your life. So you don't have to go through what I went through in trying to figure out Can I can my dad buy this game? Can we go to Six Flags Greater America? Can we go to Disney World? Can dad afford this? Can dad do this? Can I get new shoes? I didn't want that to be my son's story, right? Because that was mine. And that was the reason why I became my own entrepreneur at 7. But I know one thing, Consuela, everybody doesn't have the kind of drive that I had when I was 7 years old.
No.
So I didn't expect my son to have that drive either. He's now 10. That young boy is now 10 years old, and he sat in the back of the room, and he just saw his dad work a room of about 15 people into enrolling into our program and our services that we offer to the world. And for him to watch me, that did something to me, because he came up and he said, "Hey, Dad, how can I make money with this too?"
Come on, Jesus. Okay.
So, yeah, that picture, whoo, that one hit different.
So tell him what would be like maybe one key point if you could whisper in young Casuel's ear right now about the journey he about to go on. What would that one thing be?
Don't focus on the pain. Don't focus on the pain. Focus on the progress.
Okay.
Don't
So
focus.
we gonna lighten the mood, because Kleenex ain't sponsored yet, but we're gonna get Kleenex on this 3rd season, because we need, baby, look, I done had some sweaty eyeballs this last season. But you're talking about where you are right now. You are on a 28K tour campaign.
Yeah.
What is this? Your girl went digging. I had to, man, look. What is this? You talking about 28K lives. What is this?
Yes.
Talk about it.
So I'm on a campaign right now where I am going to enroll 28,000 members into our phenomenal healthcare, non-insurance healthcare program that gives individuals access to 24/7 physicians, free prescriptions, and them being able to add up to 7 people on the plan for no additional cost. So we are changing the way healthcare is viewed, the way it is used, and giving people more of an affordable way without having to go through the loopholes, the checkups, and all that other stuff. Because this is not insurance, everybody qualifies for this particular service. So everybody in the world needs to have access to this particular membership. And I want to make sure that I personally touch 28,000 people.
Okay. If y'all want to know more about what his healthcare blueprint is, right? And he's finishing up an event right now because he's on tour with it. Scan that QR code. I know it may have the date of the event that he's in right now, but it's going to be updated to the next one, because I heard there may be a stop coming to Houston. I'm just going to put that out there, right? Because you changing lives in a major way, but that's not the only tour you have going on.
No.
You changing. Once you get people straight on the health and wellness side of things, right? Because I'm going to talk about it. You a man of many things, but you're changing lives in a positive way, which is why I was excited to have you for my season finale and going into Father's Day, right? You doing a whole mastermind tour. Man, look, I told you, your girl did her research and was doing her homework. You've been on this mastermind tour, I want to say almost a year, and you're halfway through it.
Yep.
You got 7 stops left.
Yep.
What is the mastermind tour? What is this?
So the mastermind is different from your traditional masterminds, because you got people who want to charge you $19,000, $20,000. My mastermind is only $100, because at the end of the day, you still have to apply the work. And because I know that there's a lot of reverse engineering the mindset, you're not gonna do it, right? So I'm gonna need you to go ahead and come on back for the following one, or attend another one. So or rewatch what was done, so you can have it set and in stone into your mind. But the mastermind literally helps you scale in your life. It helps you level up as a human being. It helps you understand your business, where you want to go. And I'm bringing experts in like Consuela and Roy who have been been doing what I'm doing as an entrepreneur, who understands the journey, right? You guys get to hear not just from myself. I'm not a selfish person. So I share my platform with people who are trying to get their name out there or trying to really deliver a message to people, letting them know that, hey, I have a voice as well. I'm highly, I'm high level and in my industry, and people don't know who they don't know. So my job is to create a platform for those individuals to be able to express their level of expertise. So as a consumer, when you're paying for this mastermind, you're not just hearing from Dr. Pitts, you're hearing from other experts that can help you elevate in your life and in your business as well.
Well, let me tell y'all, because I had the pleasure of attending the kickoff to the mastermind in Houston, Texas. And baby, there was no gatekeeping in the room. The information, and it wasn't just nuggets. I mean, it was full-fledged information given, right? No gatekeeping from A to Z. You got the information. Now, what you gonna do with it was the question, right? Like you said, you have to be willing to put in the work. But I will say, watching you on social media and these social media streets and around, this is a two-parter, right? You make it look easy, but you verbally say it's not easy. You make it known that it is not easy. But then you get some of these other experts in the social media streets that say, yes, you can go from $50 in your bank account to $500,000 in 30 days. How can I do that if I'm not putting in 24 hours a day worth of work, right? I mean, how am I supposed to make that happen? Is that real? You shaking your head. So that's not realistic.
Nah. Listen, let me tell you something. Look, we grind all the time.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons why I just can't get behind those particular antics and those particular, because number one, everybody's drive, dedication, or determination is different, right? So why, as a guru in my space, try to put who I am and what I do on you? I'm 40 years old, Consuela. I've put people who are in their 20s to shame when it comes to physical, mental, and just the stability of just life, the endurance. I have a special endurance that I carry that nobody can topple. So if you really don't have the endurance for this, you're not, first of all, if you have never written down $100,000. I'm talking about if you've never physically had a check and wrote $100,000 to yourself, you trying to make 50,000 in a year you're not gonna hit it. I'm just gonna be real with you.
Yeah.
If you haven't even had the mindset to write down to yourself. So I challenge everybody tonight that now let's change the narrative, get a check out, write how much you want to make on that check. And now let that be your drive, let that be your dedication, and let that be your determination to now reach that goal.
Okay. So since you're dropping little nuggets, before I let you go, right? Because there's one more thing I need to talk about, because I am ending season 2, gonna take a break and start season 3 in a few months. However, you got another baby. I'm gonna call it a baby because it's still, it's doing things. But you got a baby that's about to turn 3 in like less than 30 days. Can we talk about that on here? Can we talk about that?
Absolutely. Shout out to The Real Entrepreneur, season 3. I'm excited.
There it is. There it is. I had to go get it. Let's talk about it, man. Because let me tell you, I done had one of your season 2, no, two of your season 2 people on the show, and they done talked about you something terrible, that you allowed your girl to show up for your Houston casting call, and I was floored, right? You was like, when you going to audition? I'm not. So, but I got my popcorn and my Kool-Aid ready, baby. I done saw the teaser commercial. Tell us about it. What is this? Because you be sewing into these entrepreneurs like nobody's business.
Yeah, let me tell you guys something. Season 3 made me want to quit. Season 3 made me want to quit. And and here's the thing, Consuela, it wasn't the people. It wasn't the
Okay.
contestants. It was the environment, right? It was
Okay.
the challenges that I were facing. But you know what happened? When I broke down, season 3 made me break down. And when I broke down, let me tell you the voice that I heard. The voice that I heard was God said, "Son, congratulations, you're on the right path." I
Oh,
said, "What? God, I'm crying, I'm bawling out, I'm hurt. And you tell me congratulations? Yeah, you're doing exactly. I'm pleased with what you're doing." And Consuelo, when I tell you, sometimes I'm looking at how I'm putting this stuff together, and I got to deal with how to navigate this and tell this story. And God's saying, "Hey, don't worry about it, because at the end, I'm gonna get the glory." And I'm not talking about me, but Him. He's gonna
right.
get the glory for what this platform is gonna do for entrepreneurs. It literally is going to connect, reconnect, and unconnect them from different places and connect them to God, which is what He wants anyway. Is what we're supposed to do, is save souls. I'm just saving souls through entrepreneurship. So, guys, tune in June 6th, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Download the Trend TV on Roku, on your Roku device. Roku is our #1 platform. You can also go to www.trendllc.com. That is our own network. We have our own TV network where you guys will be able to watch it there. I am excited for season 3. Um, I've been watching all of the edits that's been going through, so I'm excited, right? I'm excited for what God is about to get ready to do. Guys, tune in. Like Consuela said, get your popcorn, get your ice cream. It's gonna be this is gonna be a good ride and a good journey. And it's going, as always, you gonna be crying, you gonna be upset, but that's what it's all about. But if you think you got what it takes, then I want you to step up to the plate so you could be crowned the real
I'm
entrepreneur.
good. So let me tell you, I've watched the first 2 seasons completely from beginning to end. And without even being a contestant, I learned a lot. And it made me go back and reevaluate some of my own business plans and what I'm doing in business and how to pivot and edit some things. So, sir, I want to tell you, thank you very much, and definitely a job well done. You are being seen, you are being heard, you are changing lives globally, right? For even people that you haven't even been in the rooms with. But I am grateful and blessed to have met you, because you challenged me day one, and I still don't know how I feel about that. But my last question for you, um, and I ask this of all my guests, right? And I know this is something you deal with a lot, because you've already said you are not a perfect man at all. We live in this wonderful world of cancel culture. Everybody want to cancel out what they don't know, what they don't understand, anything of that nature. How do you, or what does it mean to you, to live life with no more limits while being beautifully flawed?
Listen, you have to first recognize who God created you to be, right? And He created you to be a vessel, He created you to be a voice. You have to find that voice, and you got to operate and move on that voice without having any kind of care of what other people care about who you are and what you do. You have to live in your purpose. You got to make sure that you are pushing the drive, encouraging the dedication, and preparing yourself for the determination on your journey that God has you on. Because at the end of the day, whether you want to believe it or not, I don't care who you are, I don't care what you're doing currently right now, whether it be a 9 to 5 or an entrepreneur or even nothing, God has you on a journey. You got to identify with self who you are. When you don't know who you are, that's one of the reasons why you're stuck. Identify, find self. Once you find yourself, I am telling you, something explodes on the inside. And now the outside, it will show who you are, what you do, what you stand for. And then and only then when you can start moving without worrying about being perfect and beautifully flawed.
I love it. I love it. And on that note, guys, Season 2 of What's in Your Cup Conversations with your girl Consuela Nicole is a wrap. I want to thank each and every one of you for rocking with us. Dr. Casuel Pitts, thank you very much for taking time out of your tour date to come have this candid conversation with us. Guys, check out the website, watch the replays. We'll catch you in September, but make sure you Google Dr. Casuel Pitts, find out what city he's in next, because your girl may be on the stage with him in June, but you're going to have to stay tuned to find out why. But I will be checking out The Real Entrepreneur Show June. What was that date one more time? What was
June
the date?
6th. June 6th, 7 p.m.
June 6th. Got it going. Until next time, guys, this is your life. You take the pen, control the narrative, and I'll talk to you next time.